Every month I play a TBR game. I pick prompts, I have books that go with those prompts, and then hopefully I read them. But we all know this is not necessarily the case. I have the grandest of intentions at the beginning of every month, and by the end of the month, there are books that have to go back up onto the shelf, hoping to one day be selected again. In TBR 2.0, we are changing the game. Instead of going back onto the shelves, these books are going onto the cart. And in this vlog, I'm gonna use a random number generator to pick the books off of the cart and see if they are worth a second shot. I was excited about these books at one point in time, so let's see if that excitement still holds up. We're back. It's time for episode 2 of the TBR 2.0. This went so well on my channel the first time, and so I'm definitely gonna be bringing it back. We need to pick a book. That's kind of the whole point. There are 14 books on my cart right now, so I'm going to get a random number generator and we'll see which one I'm picking. Between 1 and 14. 14. All right, let's go see what it is. All right, so this is what our cart looks like right now. I've got a lot on here, but we're just gonna go straight down to the bottom because 14 is gonna be the last one on the list, and it's gonna be King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I am reading so much fantasy romance right now because I'm trying to catch up with the Romantasy Goodreads Choice Awards predictions, like what I think will be in the top 10. So adding another one that's not in a current series that, you know, it's fine. I was kind of hoping this would be a break between my fantasy romance, but that's okay. I am excited to read this, or at least start it. And it has been one that like I've been a little bit wary of, which is kind of why I never picked it up in the first place. This I believe was in my August TBR because I was trying to find royal words for Battle-a-thon. And so that's probably why I would have picked this one. Scarlett St. Clair is a big Romantasy author, so I will come back to you when I know a little bit more about this book. It makes no sense for me to start talking about it when I don't know what I'm doing. Hello, not to jump scare you, I did go get my hair done today. So that's why my hair is much darker than it was earlier today. But I wanted to touch base with you because I'm 112 pages into King of Battle and Blood, and I am enjoying this. I don't think that it's like it hasn't sucked me in like some Romantasy books have recently, but I think it's a solid book. I really like our main character. I think she is prickly and she is, you know, trying to protect herself, but you know, not sure who she can let in kind of thing. And I like her. I don't, however, like the audiobook narration of her. So that's a bummer. So I started reading it on Kindle while I was getting my hair done today. I read about like 18% of it, which was great. But then I wanted to try the audiobook. I had some other things that I needed to get done around the house. And so it's on the Audible Plus catalog. So I thought I'm just gonna try it. And I feel like she was way less gritty, I guess is the word, than I was picturing her in my head when I was reading it physically. So I don't know how I feel about that. So I think I'm probably gonna go back to reading it physically. It read really fast. I mean, like I said, I read like 70 pages just in the like 35 minutes that I was sitting here getting like, you know, waiting for my hair to process. So that's pretty good. Like, you don't normally read 70 pages in 35 minutes. And, you know, obviously that's not like 70 real pages. I don't know. Kindle's weird. So I think I'm just gonna continue like reading it on Kindle. I have other books that I can read like on audio while I'm doing other projects. I am, you know, cutting it close, trying to get done with the Goodreads Choice Awards, trying to read the series, like to catch up with the series that I think I'm going to be predicting, or that I'm predicting will be in the top 10. That's a word. Okay, listen, it's 11:30 at night. I need to go to bed. I should not vlog this late at night. But I'm gonna go and take my Kindle to bed, so I wanted to like give you guys an update of something before I went to bed. So anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I apologize that you're getting a phone clip, but I didn't bring my camera. I was like, oh, I don't need to vlog anything, and then I was like, oh wait, I've passed the 50% mark of King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair, and I was like, okay, I was enjoying this book, but I was at the same time for a while reading it and being like, it's a 3-star, it's fine. Like, I feel like I'm reading so much right now that like maybe I don't want to continue this just because I have so many other things that I need to be reading. But I think I love Adrian and Isolde. Is that her? I don't know how to say her name because I've been reading it on my Kindle and I haven't been paying attention if the audiobook says it, because I've only been like hit or miss kind of like reading the audiobook. I don't know, I don't think the audiobook is doing the book justice. That's what I would like to say. Scarlett St. Clair can write some smut. And like, he's so protective of her. But the thing is that like, she doesn't need him to be protected. She doesn't need, like, she's a fucking queen. The thing is that she doesn't need him, right? She wants him. She doesn't need him. And that, I think, is always a big thing in romance in general, but specifically in romantasies, when you have that badass female main character, she can do whatever she wants, okay? There was this one scene where she was like just telling this man, like, dance with me. Why are you just standing there shaking? And I'm like, yes, queen! Yes, queen! I don't like it. I mean, like, I don't know that this is like a 5-star for me, but it's definitely one that like I want to continue the series. So I'm excited. I'm glad that I picked it up and it's a win. I will probably continue the audiobook today just because I have a lot going on this week and I need to finish this book if I'm gonna have more than, 2 books in this vlog. I last minute had a request to go down to Las Vegas this week. So you're going to be going down to Las Vegas with me tomorrow. I'm going to be driving down. It's like a 6.5 hour drive each way. It's really boring, but I'll get a lot of audiobooks in. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about being in Las Vegas on election night. My anxiety is high, so I'm gonna need something to do, something to read. Anyways, the light is about to be terrible. I do love daylight savings time ending because it was not pitch black when I was driving to work today, but man, that light is very bright. So anyways, I'm gonna go to work. I don't know how I'm going to manage doing TBR 2.0 with like not being physically with my TBR cart. So I'll either film a couple like ahead of time and just know the next couple of books, or I'll just take a still image and then do a random number generator in my car or my hotel room. We'll figure it out though, I guess. We'll see what happens. Hello, I have indeed finished King of Battle and Blood. I'm giving it 4 stars. It's a low 4-star, but it is definitely a 4-star. The ending was so like edge of your seat. It definitely leaned more into the fantasy, and I think that this is another one where it's just got a really good like blend of fantasy and romance, and it's very stark, like the difference of it. I think there's some fantasy romances where it's like those two just interconnect so well. This one, I don't want to say that it interconnects so well because like there are like some very, very smutty scenes, and then there's some very political scenes, and there's like, all this other stuff outside of the two of them happening. I don't know, I had a really good time with it. And like, she can write smut. She can write smut. Also, I didn't know this, but this is a duology. So now I'm even more excited to continue the series because second books in fantasy romance duologies are my favorite. So this is definitely one that I will be continuing. Probably not before the end of the year, but like I will be continuing it. We are keeping this book. It's going back on the shelf. I'm really happy that I read this, and it's been sitting on my shelf for so long. I think I got it. I'll have to look. Now I'm curious. I remember getting this, like this had to have been at least a year, almost 2 years old that I've had this book. I remember buying it in Texas, in Dallas specifically, at a Half Price Books. Also, it's signed. Didn't know that, or I like forgot that. But this was at a Half Price Books, and I want to say that trip was like February of 2023. Because it was at the beginning of 28, and that was almost 2 years ago. So this has been sitting on my shelf for a really long time, and would have originally been like one of my first real romantasy pickups. Goes to show you that I should read the books when I pick them up. What a concept. With that said, it is time to pick our next book. I actually went back and looked at my TBRs for the last year, specifically ones like my Realmathon TBR and things like that, because I thought I was missing things, and I was. So I added 2 more books to it. I added Blood and Steel and Scavenge the Stars. Scavenge the Stars, I don't know why I missed that one. Like, that one was not a, I don't know. Blood and Steel was a pile of possibilities. I was like, I'm going to read this one or this one. I didn't read either one of them for that month, but I was like, well, I think it still counts, so I'm gonna put it on there. So we've got, my light is so bad right now, but I've got between a 1 and 15. I'm going to generate it number 12. Let's go find out what that is. The end of the year really is saying read all of the Romantasy. We're going to be reading A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. This has actually been on so many Kerplunk TBRs. It's been a lot. This actually was like gifted to me by Berkeley as an ARC. So, I mean, it's a finished copy, but it was gifted to me the week before it came out. I also have the third one that was gifted to me from Berkeley. So thank you so much to Berkeley, but I am really behind. So yeah, I do need to read this. This is actually good because there's potential for this to be on the Goodreads Choice Awards. I don't think it makes the top 10, but it's just one more like even in that top 20 that I've read. I don't know. Dawn of Onyx made like number 20 last year. So I don't know that this one will make it because like, you know, there's been so many new debuts. We're going to read it today. It's the second book in a like military romantasy, a prophecy of death, a weapon of hope, a sacrifice of love. Sailing for the mysterious kingdom of Citrine after the Battle of Sirens Bay, still reeling from the loss of her mother and the shock of her newfound powers, Arwen directs all of her pain and rage towards the man who betrayed her, Cain Ravenswood. Cain's presence is unavoidable as he leads Arwen and her friends on an expedition to recover the Blade of the Sun, a legendary weapon with the power to kill the tyrannical Fae King. I have some hesitations about this one because it feels like it's going to be like another journey book. We're going to be journeying places and that's like not my favorite thing. But we'll see what happens. Hello, I'm about halfway to Vegas and I am like sitting in a gas station. I just went and like took a stretch break. It's also election day. That's fine. I've seen where I'm in the middle of nowhere, very redneck area. I've seen more MAGA hats today than I care to. I'm not sure I'm safe. Anyways, I thought I would touch base with you. I went and got out of my backpack and went got A Promise of Peridot to see how far I was in it because I'm listening to it on Audible, and you know Audible doesn't do percentages, but I'm on page 161, which is chapter 18. I don't know what I feel about this book. I think that like I like our main character. She's cool. Like she's trying to be a badass even though she like has definitely not been raised that way, but she's just like trying to like come into her skin, and I love that. But this is showing me that I don't remember anything that happened in the first book because our main character is like struggling with grief and like, you know, the death of somebody that was close to her in the first book, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing that happened. And I think like I enjoyed the first book when I read it, but that was so early in the year, and I think I've just read so much more Romantasy since then that has just been like leaps and bounds better. So like this is not a bad book, but it's fine, if that makes any sense. So anyways, we are kind of starting to get into more of like the bigger plot where they are trying to find this blade, and like it's gonna change some things. I don't know, like they'll see him as the actual king instead of a bastard. It's a whole thing. That's where we're at. I haven't been listening to it the whole way, but I like, you know, because I need a little bit of a break sometimes, but I've listened to a good chunk of it, so that's good. I would like to finish it tonight, but I do need to get back on the road. I'm home. Hello. I'll talk to you about Promise of Peridot in just a minute, but I had to show you this, and this is on my phone, so I'm so sorry, but I was doing some training with Schmidt, and I just had to show you because it's really cute. So I bought Schmidt a Squishmallow Dragon dog bed because he always lays on my Squishmallows, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just get him a little Squishmallow bed. So now we're training him to get on his dragon. So, you know, I just want to show you this. Dragon. Good boy. Dragon. Good boy. Okay. Dragon. Dragon. Good boy. Okay, that's all I had. I'm gonna go get my actual camera and then we can talk about Promise of Peridot. It's Thursday. I'm back home from Vegas. I am gonna be 100% honest with you. I haven't read anything in a couple of days. I've made it to the 50% mark of Promise of Peridot. I didn't read a damn thing yesterday. I had a 7-hour drive back from Las Vegas and I didn't read a damn thing. I blasted Taylor Swift the entire way home. I know that there is an audience out there that wants the book space to not be political, and I'm probably going to lose followers for this. The results of the election hit me really hard because it's going to deeply affect me personally. that's just there's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Reading is political. I understand that. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say on that. But I didn't read anything. And if you would like some support, some mental stability, I'm gonna link the Feminine Rage the Musical election version playlist down below that I made on my 7-hour road trip back home yesterday, because I needed Taylor Swift. That's what I did for 7 hours. Just screamed it at the top of my lungs. So anyways, that's being said, I'm at 50% of Promise of Peridot, and I don't care, really. And I know that's probably like a me thing, and so that's why I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna finish the book, because there are moments where I'm like, oh, it's cute, it's fun. There are times where like I'm having a good time with it, but I just like, I don't know, maybe I'm not in the headspace, which is why I don't want to like DNF the book, because that's gonna be the same problem with any book that I read. But yeah, we're gonna push through. But I'm at 50%, and it's fine. It's mid, and I feel like there are so many romantasy books that are coming out these days, and so many of them are so good that I'm like struggling with a mid book. There's nothing wrong with this book. It's just mediocre. But anyways, that's all I got. That's all I'm gonna say right now. I am trying to relax today. Like, yeah, the past 48 hours have just been so long. Beyond the mental turmoil that the past couple days have been. Tuesday, I left my house at 7 o'clock in the morning and got to my hotel at like 7:30 Pacific time, so at 8:30. So it was a 13-hour day. And then yesterday I started my day at about 8:30. I had to be a people person and lead trainings and then drive home. And I didn't get home till about 8:30. So another 12-hour day. I am mentally exhausted. So I'm working from home today. I do have a meeting in about an hour. So I'm gonna do that. But other than that, it's just gonna be a little bit of I'm gonna need to catch up on my emails. I've 100 emails or something like that, just because I haven't really paid attention while I was traveling. But the mailman did come today, so I have a book, a pre-order. She chunky. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Hold on, let me put this away so you don't see my address. This is Hexed by Emily McIntyre. This is the newest Never After series. It's a contemporary romance series, that dark contemporary romance that is based on the villains of Disney. Well, not really Disney, because one of them is Wizard of Oz. But this one is Little Mermaid, if you couldn't tell. Oh, she's foiled. Oh, she's holographic. She is gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh my god. But she chonky. She's much bigger than her sisters. 508. That's a lot. That's a big book. If you don't know who Emily McIntyre is, I've been following her for years, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was not a good outlook. It was not great. So she actually wrote this book while getting chemo. She would take her laptop and she would write while getting chemo, on her chemo days. And so I followed this entire journey of this book, and she is such a powerful, powerful woman, and such an inspiration to everybody. Her cancer prognosis is so much better now. I don't know if she's actually in remission or if she's cancer-free. I'm not sure the technical details of it, but things are looking good. So that's fantastic. And so yeah, I wanted to support her, and I'm excited. Also, she got a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. What? Emily, you have arrived. You have arrived, my queen. Anyways, so I don't know when I'm gonna read it, but here we are. All right, I need to get some work done. I need to plow through some of these emails and continue working on Promise of Peridot. Hello, last night I finished Promise of Peridot. Okay. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said yesterday. This book was fine. I'm giving it 3 stars. It was fine. I think that there were some moments in here that were fun. I liked the banter between the 2 characters, but this book did not do anything memorable. It did not do anything extraordinary, and there are so many romantasy series out there that I want to love. Okay, first off, there's so many out there that people are talking about, people are hyping up, people are saying is the next big thing. And this one, nobody's saying that. And honestly, more people are saying that the third one was even worse. So I'm giving this 3 stars, and it is fine. Like, I don't think that it did not do anything wrong. It did not do anything like offensive. This book is the definition of a book that exists, and I read it. And because of that, I am going to unhaul this one, but I'm also going to take off A Ruin of Rose. Is that Reign of Rose? A Reign of Rose. Whatever the third book is. I'm gonna take it off my shelves, and I feel really bad because it was gifted to me by the publisher, and so like I feel like I should read it. The book is fine, and I feel like I will also give the third one maximum 3 stars because I think at the end of the day, like I literally finished this last night, and I can't tell you anything about how the book ended, how, like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, maybe it's that I'm reading too much Romantasy right now, and so everything is getting jumbled together, but, I've done that before where I've read a lot of Romantasy back to back and it hasn't. Like, books that are good stick with you. Those stories, those characters, those moments, they stick with you, and this one just didn't do that. So yeah, anyways, so sorry. So before I left for Vegas, I pulled my next one just in case I finished this one like way early, which obviously didn't happen. So roll that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. London Seance Society. And for that, I picked London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. This one also makes me sad. I read 2 chapters of this, 3 chapters, maybe. Yeah, 3 chapters, 40 pages. I'm gonna DNF it. And again, this is like a me thing. This book is just not a Brie book. It's very historical in nature, and the writing style just was not grabbing me. And this book has been on my TBR for so long. The reason why I put this on my TBR was because I was going to add it to the Yellow Rainbow Project because, like, you know, it's gold, yellowish, and then it didn't work because I was doing Scatagorthon at the same time as the Rainbow Project. Here's the thing, this book is not going to get read outside of it. Outside of that, outside of this. And it's a pretty book. Look at this. I mean, like, she's stunning. And someone's going to love this book. This is one of those cases of like, there's definitely an audience for this book. It's not me. I didn't love her other book, The Lost Apothecary. I didn't love that one either. Her writing is just not for me. And so I'm going to DNF it. And that's going to end this second episode of TBR 2.0. I'm sorry that it ended on like kind of a low note. Last episode was so good. I read so many good things. And this one did not work as well. I'm hoping to do at least one more of these at the end of the year, or by the end of the year. And then at that point we will look at what's left and see if we want to just go ahead and unhaul things, you know, if it's just been sitting on the shelf, and then we'll reset for 2025. This is definitely a fun series. Obviously, this is only 2 episodes in. It's definitely something I want to continue into 2025. There might be some revisions. I don't know, because like maybe I won't have very many to choose from. We might have to make some modifications. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And if you're not feeling chatty, let's do the sword emoji. There's like a dagger or something on here. That was the whole point of this book. I don't know if I told you that, but anyways, that's how like mediocre that book was. If you want to stick around and see something else that is on my channel, I'm going to have a video right here that YouTube thinks that you're gonna like. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!